Welcome, guys. We are here. The camera is a little to the side, so I'm going to be looking like this, like this, quite a bit, because we've rearranged. Okay, so I know, real exciting stuff, but it won't reach. So let's check and make sure that we is online, which I believe that we should be. Just double check. So I'm going to be looking. There we are. Handsome Devil is there. Okay, is that right? All right, there we go. Bop, bop, bop. All right, so welcome to the Wednesday live Q&A chat. We already have Fred Duolingo 2 here. So, sup, Fred? Welcome. Glad to have you. Fred's got some questions that we'll go ahead and take his question first as we get to getting. But I want to remind you, yesterday we had Frame Pack came out. So, exciting stuff. Well, Frame Pack Studio update. Huge update. That's Colin Erb's been working on that, urbing it up. And so good to get that. A lot of new stuff in it. And he really worked a lot with the post-processing, as I have it on good regard from him that the post-processing is going to be one of the biggest updates. He's truly turning this into a studio. So we'll talk a little bit. I'm sure we'll talk a little bit about how to make sure you update that and get that going. Fred has a question here. Cloudy Day just popped in. Says, hey, Gary. And I'm like, hey, what's up, Cloudy? Good to see you. It's actually not a cloudy day here, but it's a cloudy day in my heart now that you've shown up. So good to have you here. So we're going to move on. Fred here, I guess we could just pop up with the first question. Good old free Duolingo. Fred. I said Fred. It says free. So free Duolingo here actually asked, will there ever be a new and better alternative to NSwapper 128? And that is certainly the question. That is certainly a good question. And that's true. What he's saying, he's getting bored of it. And it's essentially, we've had the same face swapping stuff for last year and a half, 2 years. So I'm going to go ahead and give that an answer that I've talked about a little bit here earlier. I think even just earlier in the week I talked about this. But it's just kind of all my conjecture, kind of my guess. Hold on just a second. But I'm going to give a dual answer. First of all, I'm going to give the unsatisfactory answer. And the unsatisfactory answer that I'm going to give is that everything is pretty much moving to LoRa's. So what they really are focusing on is you training your own images. So if you want to put your gal on there, training it on like 15, 20, 30 images out, and then you can actually create images of that person. One of the big problems with the NSwapper stuff is once the head moves to the side, like, say you could face swap onto me here. As I start to move further and further, you start seeing faces glitch because it's more difficult to lock on. Whereas a LoRa is going to actually say this is what the face looks like, and regardless of what angle I'm at, it's going to retain that. So the unsatisfactory answer is that the focus is on LoRa's. Okay, now the other answer, which is more, I don't want to say it's a pie in the sky answer, but I think it's likely, and I've been kind of throwing down on this. Let me get over here to where I can show you this. I talked about it with this. Is this context, Flux context. And with this, you notice like here with this image, I'm able to take this beautiful gal here and then I'm able to put her into anything. So it was really quick. It's almost like really quick LoRa training. I think that if this goes open source, this is the kind of technology that you're going to end up seeing get integrated into the next generation of face swapping. Because as far as I understand, right now it was just we've reached kind of the pinnacle of face swapping. There's just nowhere really to go with it, kind of a thing, until new technology. And I think this actually could be the new technology here. But again, this is a paid thing. We'll see if they keep it open source. I'll tell you what, the powers that be are not very excited about deep fake stuff. So, when we first started doing this here a couple of years ago, they were coming up with all of the audio deep fake stuff. And I'll tell you what, people just crash down on that. I mean, you get all the useful idiots out there and they're sitting there calling you bad for even asking questions about it. So the culture is not really quick to want to develop this stuff. All right, Cloudy Day over here says it was a cloudy day in the UK when he picked the username. Well, the question is, when is it not a cloudy day in the UK? I've heard it rains like all the time, doesn't it? So beautiful place, I'm sure. Go to a pub. Do they still have? Do you still go to a pub and play darts? And I'm thinking, what is it, a Werewolf in London sort of thing. I want to walk through the marshes and all that, and stop at some weird pub where everyone stops and looks at me as I walk through the door. Anyway, I've never been to the UK except for in the airport. I think I've been to Heathrow, and that's it. All right, anyway, welcome. So Cloudy asks, yo, he says, yo, faux schnizzle. He actually said faux schnizzle in this thing, which is kind of weird, but whatever. So Cloudy says, yo, faux schnizzle, have you tried this new Defocus AI? And my answer is going to be like, no, I haven't. So let's give it a look real quick. Maybe you could tell us a little bit about it, Cloudy. Defocus AI Online, AI image generator for free. Here's the GitHub. So let's go to the GitHub because this is going to be more likely the free version. And let's see what it says. Always focus on prompting and generating. Now, Focus, of course, is, our normal one. This is made by Elias Wield, our big brain theologian. He's also the one that created FramePack, the original FramePack. Now, Herbs has taken it off and made the FramePack Studio, and we are partnering with him here at Get Going Fast, which is cool. But Elias Wield is the guy that makes it. So he made Focus. So this guy has made a fork. We are not the authors of the creation, all thanks to Elias Wield. All right, so let's see what they added. Additional features included this fork. Add PhotoP. Okay, I have no idea what PhotoP is. It sounds like something that my puppies would do to my picture book. What is PhotoP? Let's ask ChatGPT. What is PhotoP? Free web-based image editor that works directly in your browser, layer-based editing, PSD, vector tools, filters. All right, it's cool. So add rim. Oh, that's nice. Remove background. Rimbig. We have this over on getgoingfast.pro. If you just want to run the software by itself, we've got Rimbig going standalone version. Add online demos and tools. Wow. So they've actually put in a comfy UI. It looks like fast presets, more presets. Defocus is an image generating software. Rethinking of Stable Diffusion. Huh. Well, very cool. I guess we're going to have to take a look at this, and maybe we'll put it up on Get Going Fast. Let's look at the installation real quick. Okay, so it's just got a straight installation, so that'll be easy. And then, as usual, you can download models. And it's got inpainting, which is good. The other one had inpainting too. Inpainting's always been a little bit confusing for me with Focus. But let's see, back to our comments. Cloudy says, not all pubs are open nowadays. They've got it in Google Colab. He's saying that they've got this in Google Colab. PhotoP, same as Photoshop. Oh, so PhotoP is Photoshop online. Well, cool. All right. Thanks, man. We'll have to look that up and see what we can do about that. Yo. All right. Now, we changed times today. Usually I've been doing this at 2:30, but I thought we would try 3:30 to see if more people were off work. But I think I've noticed that I seem to have disenfranchised some of our regulars. They're not here. I'm going to cry for them. Nine layer, where are you? Malcolm. All right, well, they'll show up, I'm sure. So let's take a look at our FramePack Studio. Unless you guys got some other questions, I'm like a ship on the sea. I'm just tossed by every wind of doctrine here, yo. And, well, at least when it comes to this. So we'll look at one thing, then we'll look at another. So let's go ahead and start this up. we have this available over at framepack.getgoingfast.pro, and there has been some, oops, here we go, has been some issues with the update, evidently. So the update's actually really easy. All you gotta do is click it, and it'll do it. But a few people had problems, so I'm kind of curious about what's going on with that. Oh, you know what? One person did have, that was our buddy Malcolm over here, and Malcolm was saying that he was getting an error that says no tracking information. But here is the answer. The answer is get pull origin main. So if it's saying that you're not on the right thing, go get pull origin main. That'll fix it. Cloudy says, thought it was a little late for your live Q&A. Yeah, I might not have should have done this, I guess. But okay, anyway, so back to, that's the fix to that. Over here, I did a video on how to update your FramePack Studio. Let's watch this real quick. Oh, dang it. Hold on a second. So basically, we're just going into the folder. All right, so there you have it. So that was pretty simple. Pretty much what we're doing is you're just going, getting the folder that you need it, that it's installed in, going to your command line prompt, putting that in there, activating the virtual environment. You have to activate the virtual environment using get pull, so you're getting the new files. Okay. Again, if it says that you're having a problem with that, then use get pull origin main. And then you reinstall the requirements. Okay. Should be actually easy to do. Okay, so here we're over here to the new FramePack Studio. Oh, let me show you, guys. I actually did another video today comparing it. Now they came out with this Wand 2.1 Fusion X, which I'm actually not gonna lie is really good. And I'm gonna say in some ways it's better than FramePack, but it's not going to be as easy. I think the main thing that we had to remember about FramePack Studio is how easy FramePack Studio is. Just like Fucus, someone who doesn't know what they're doing, they just download it, install it, and you're ready to go. And FramePack Studio is exactly the same. It's a lot with a very easy install. But they did come out with this Fusion X 2.1 Fusion X, and it is very good. And but it's more complicated because you got to use Comfy UI. So let's go ahead and watch this real quick. Okay, so pretty much what you see, that there was a lot going on there. So obviously this is good. We started with the still image, the original here, and this is good. Whoops, there it is. There it is. That's good. Okay, but this is obviously better. You see that thing pop up there? That's incredible. Watch right over here. This stuff jumps, and then watch it over here. You're going to see that some other pieces flop as well. See that thing go up? That's incredible. That's actually really good. Now, here's where FramePack Studio is going to shine. FramePack is built on the Hunyuan model, which is extremely not safe for work friendly. You could do some straight up NSFW stuff, like stuff that would make a sailor blush. Now, notice the FramePack does this really well. This looks really natural. Does really, that's pretty. That's beautiful. That's nice. Now, notice Juan does it. The quality of the person is quite good, but look at how weird the movements. And what's he doing? He's kind of like choking her, got his thumb in her mouth, and like, I mean, hey, you know, there's a place for all that. It just looks a little bit weird. And then you're going to see it kind of hops here. See how it goes in and out. So I'm going to say Juan 2.1 or Juan FX has the better images. I mean, that's incredible. That's incredible images, straight up. But I'm going to say that the FramePack movement was more realistic. Okay, so moving on. Okay, so this again is original. Now this was kind of a bummer, but it's kind of interesting. Note now FramePack started with a first frame and an end frame, and it. Oh, what did we do here? We clicked over some nonsense. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay, so notice it gets to the end frame, but it got to the end frame really fast, and then it just froze for like seconds. It didn't do anything. Juan FX actually turned that into some. This actually made. This is really good stuff, and you can see his muscles. So at the end of the day, I have to say that the other one is better, but and then notice this one, FramePack. It keeps the image that we threw in there, but there's not really an image. And then this was straight up weird. The Fusion X couldn't even parse. I think what happened here was that because of the background or something, the models weren't able to break this down quite correct. And so FramePack stayed true to, even though it was like, this is what I think happened. Even though it's like, I'm not quite sure what's going on in this image, it just stayed true. And you will notice there's some slight movement with the tongue, whereas Fusion X just went a completely other direction with it, which is actually really good. Still, the image quality is freaking amazing. But again, you know, the issue is going to be that FramePack is easier to use. It's a standalone app. Okay. I do think the humans are better. It's not safe for work friendly, so you can do your nudie stuff all day long with it. But the problem is sometimes there's slight to no movement, and that's something people have said. One Fusion X better animation. I don't think you can deny that was better animation video. It uses GGUF models, so that's kind of nice. You can actually decide which one works best for you. I think I did those with a Quant 5, guys. So that's, or maybe that was a Quant 8. I'll have to check. I thought it was a Quant 5. So that's pretty good. But it goes off script, obviously, like it made that weird clam thing, and it's complicated. So most people just can't use Comfy UI. It's just not something that a lot of people like to do. So there's a place for both of these. And I will say that with FramePack here, the ability to follow the thing was still good. It just flawed. It just got there way too fast. But good stuff. And I actually am going to be releasing here in the next couple days, maybe 2 days. I'm kind of giving you guys time to work with FramePack Studio. Going to release a model manager for Fusion X. So it's actually pretty much ready to go. Just need to get it up there for you guys. And you'll be able to play with that. All right, Malcolm popped in. There's Malcolm. There's our bud. Malcolm says, what about Hunyuan video avatar, high fidelity, audio driven? So it doesn't work with small GPUs. So pretty much to use it, you have to have 30 plus gigabytes of VRAM. They even say it on the site if you go over to it. I noticed I've been working with this the last couple days. It actually straight up says it on here. The minimum is 24 gigabytes, and it says it's very slow, and that's true. I left it sitting for an hour, and it was like 2% through. Now, there are small VRAM ways to use this. Again, there's a 10 gigabyte version of this, and again, I'm just giving it a little bit of time here to release it, but by the weekend, we'll get that out to you. And so there is a way that you can actually run this with lower Oh, shit, I wasn't on there. Dang it, I thought it was on there. Here we go, minimum GPU. So, but by the end of the week, we'll give you another version there that actually will run low VRAM. And I don't know how good it'll work with lower VRAM. I did some stuff and it was okay. It was okay. Sonic is still better, although so like, okay, first of all, with this one, all you get is 5 seconds. That's all you can get, okay? But some of the movement seemed more vibrant, a little bit more alive. Although Sonic's very good, but I didn't think it was great. Now with this, supposedly you can have 2 people speaking, and I haven't seen how to do that. But again, by the end of the week, I'll get you a thing where you'll be able to play with this. Okay, Andrew T. Fullerable, okay, it says frame back. I cannot get FM and the dependencies on the same path. So, okay, what do you mean by that? What is FM? So I'm not quite sure what you mean by FM. We'll leave that there. Let's see here. Frame pack again. Can I get FM and the dependencies on the same path? You should be able to, as long as you're using a virtual environment. So the installation is not that difficult. FM is frame pack. So I cannot get FM and the dependencies on the same path. Well, that doesn't make sense. So my guess is going to be that you might not have your system set up right. So make sure you go to checker.getgoingfast.pro, run this free script, okay, and come over to the Discord, which is over here. Let me find it real quick. I'm going to get you an invite so that you can come over there and go to our troubleshooting section and post your issues. Okay, so Andrew, here's an invite to Discord. Pop over there, tell me who you are, and make sure you go to checker.getgoingfast.pro. Okay? And you get this automated system checker. It's free. Yeah, see. So you've got environmental variable issues. So head on over and I'll get you sorted out, okay? Or at least point you in the right direction. Okay, guarantee that's what's happening with that. But that is frustrating. And I'm going to tell you, that's why, it's important we have our stuff upright. We've got this, so over here at disclaimer.getgoingfast.pro, we talk about that. These are optimized for Windows, NVIDIA GPUs. Reminder, Get Going Fast is not a fully automated solution. Some personal efforts required to set up your AI system. Okay, there is paid personal support if you want it, and you get some basic support when you buy or get in there. And I think you guys know I'm usually around here for you. So you get a free system checker. We always do have our full system setup script as well, which you get for free if a FarmHam member, or you can just purchase it. I don't understand. A lot of people just buy stuff and they don't become a member. I'm just like, just become a member and you get everything for free. But people will buy like, spend like $20, $30 buying two things. And I'm like, you could have got them for the price of one. But I'm not complaining because, you know, I got to keep cheeseburgers in my mouth. But, yeah, you know, I was talking with someone about Pinocchio again today, and people keep installing Pinocchio, and this would be a great example. So, Andrew, I'm going to use you as an example here. So I'm not dogging on you at all, but I'm just using what you said here. Now, say you got a person that say, "Oh, my system's not working; it doesn't get going," and 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 I'm just going to go install this Pinocchio. So it's like saying this thing's not working, so I'm just going to force ham bone down this other thing. And so they get Pinocchio, it gets working, and then the next thing they go to doesn't work. And then, so maybe they jam it down again. You know, it's like, I don't know if you guys ever do this kind of stuff where you're working on something, and as men, right, we get frustrated, and we go, and you give it too much energy, and then you break it, right? And then you're like, if I, you know, and then you're upset because that burst of energy gave you the willpower to get it done, but often you break it. Which, by the way, don't do that with your women. We do that with our women too. Like, we just get, and then we hurt their feelings, and then we're gone. Then we're just lonely cowboys sitting at home working on our AI all the time. But that's a side note. You can give me a nickel for that advice later. But with our AI systems, we do the same thing, and Pinocchio helps that. It's just saying, let's take this ham sandwich. I can't get it through this hose, so I'm just going to take this ham sandwich. I'm going to jam it as hard as I can there and put a stick in there, and it just gums up the hose, gums up the sandwich, everything. It's better to just get your system set up, and then everything works. Okay? And if you hang out with here on Get Going Fast, as I know people like Malcolm will attest to, you learn this stuff along the way because we're here. I'm not holding your hand. I'm not going to hold your hand, yo. But I am going to encourage you with a good old pat on the back and, you know, and point you in the right direction. And we learn. Okay, so I've been doing this for about 2 years now, almost, maybe just a year and a half. And the amount that we've learned. My admin and my moderators over on the Discord, these guys, man, like, they're still stupid as hell. No, I'm just kidding. They're still out. They don't know, but man, they knew nothing. We started, and it's just repetitions, doing the same stuff over and over and over again. And that's what we're here for at Get Going Fast. Is we're here to teach you how to do this stuff and help you with it. So, Andrew says he's going to become a member. That's great. Thank you, Andrew. I think you'll appreciate it, and I'll personally give you some help if you come on over. You could ask for Gary. Gary, where is Gary? And I'll be like, hey, you summon me. Boof. All right. Is there any other questions here that we got? Let's see. We've been going for how long now? Oh, hell. We've been going for almost 30 minutes. I tell you what, I get to talking, and phew, time goes like that. Yo. Up. Fidel Cocoon just showed up. Fidel Cocoon is royalty over at Get Going Fast. He's maybe not royalty. He's celebrity over there. So good to see you, Feta. Yo, that's the Nordic Viking legend. In fact, when you run the system setup, it actually mentions him because he was my inspiration. You're my inspiration, bro. All right. So good to have Feta here, and Feta and I keep saying this, but Feta and I are working on another project that some of you are going to be into. And so we will let you know about that soon and very soon. So be looking for that. There's going to be a whole other Get Going Fast stream that's going to go on. Not going to be for everyone, but it's going to be a particular stream, and Feta's going to be leading that up. So get to know him and you know, pony up to him. Like, hey, oh, you Feta. Hey, Feta. Oh, hey, can I get to know him? He's a good guy to know. All right, I think that we'll probably end it there. I don't think there doesn't seem to be a whole lot of questions. You know, guys, if we go over to Reddit, and by the way, Reddit is a bunch of scumbags, okay? Like, they're serious scumbags over on Reddit. But you got to learn, unfortunately, part of the thing of learning this stuff is that you have to learn how to deal with other people. And so Reddit is just one of those things. It's like Discord. People are like, I don't do Reddit on Discord. You kind of need to learn it. But you also have to learn how to not deal with worry about these jerks. But anyway, point being, if you come over to Reddit, come find us at Get Going Fast. Okay, you can find us over there, and we will and come be part of our community there. You can share stuff. We'll give thumbs up to your stuff, and we'll got your back. We're like the good part of Reddit, so we could use your help. Okay, really quick. David says thoughts on Lux Mania Legacy. Well, my thoughts are I've never heard of it, so let's look it up real quick before we go. This is saying something different. Let's see. GitHub. Can you expound, David, on what it is? I'm not seeing Luxmania Legacy on here, so I have no opinion on it because I don't know what it is. All right. I think we'll give David a second here to respond, and then I think we'll let it go. Let me see if I got any other examples here, stuff to show you. Just while we're waiting to see if David responds, here's another one of those clam things that I put in there. This was Juan. It's good. I feel like, yeah, you could do like an energy drink or some kind of, be like some advertisement for crackers or something, just kind of Red Bull or something, I don't know. Psychedelic mushrooms. So that's actually really good. It did not stick to the prompt at all. Well, here's something Feta worked on. This is his stuff. That's incredible, huh? Absolutely beautiful. And I think we'll probably... Okay, I think we're going to end it there. So you guys have a good day. I do appreciate you popping in and being part of this. We'll be back on Monday for our our flagship project. Why do I have such a hard time remembering that? We'll be back on Monday for our weekly review and flagship project. Like I said, I'm going to be dropping a GGUF model for WAN 2.1. The X thing, the thing we were just looking at there, Fusion X. My God, just brain farting all over the place. So I'll be dropping a GGUF model manager for that. It's real simple. Just drop it into your Comfy UI folder. I'm going to be getting you out another studio thing that I think you guys are going to actually freak out about because you can do everything with it, and so that's kind of exciting. But I think I'll save that for maybe Friday night. Maybe I'll do a big surprise drop on Friday. Be like, guys, Friday night is the night. So show up and I'll give you guys something here that's going to be, it's really going to freak you out, but get ready for your hard drive space to get eaten up. But you'll be able to play with all of these stuffs. Okay, David says, wondering if that's the best model to build images for a LoRa. Oh, I guess it's a LoRa thing that David was talking about. I don't know. So, by the way, David, you should talk to Feta. Feta is our LoRa king. He's very good. So Feta can help you guys with LoRa's. Come over to the Discord channel, talk to Fidel Cocoon, and he will point you in the right direction for doing LoRa's. Okay, with that in mind, I'm going to, we'll throw up the horns. Wah! Okay, and we'll catch you later on in the week. You guys be good to each other as usual, and we will